Hi, and welcome to the How to Play Golden Serpent trading card game video series. In this video, we're going to look at the Expend cooldown mechanic, which is the backbone of Golden Serpent, and the basis for playing cards and using abilities. If you're familiar with other TCGs like Magic, this is similar to the tapping mechanic. Let's take a look at a card. Right now, this card is in the upright ready position, which basically means it can be used. When the card gets used, it gets expended, like this, by rotating it clockwise 90 degrees. This basically shows the card is not able to be used anymore, but some abilities take more energy, or more time, requiring the card to be expended 2 or up to 3 times. It's important to note that if a card is already expended 3 times, it can't be expended again. Now cooling the card is just the opposite, and is done by rotating the card 90 degrees counterclockwise, like this. Similarly, if a card is already ready, it can't be cooled again. The Expend mechanic replaces a traditional resource mechanic, and the cost of playing most cards is just to put them into play expended some number of times. Here you can see the symbols that indicate the expend cost to play cards or abilities. This set of symbols represents expend costs that can be paid on a player's own turn. The same set of symbols, with an added flame icon, indicate a cost that can be paid on any player's turn. It's important to mention that an expend cost can't be paid unless the whole cost can be paid. For example, if a cost requires a card to expend 2 times, and that card is already expended 2 times, the cost can't be paid, since a card can only be expended 3 times total. Now with all this rotating, it might get confusing to tell how many times your opponent's cards are actually expended, since you'll be viewing them from across the table and upside down. Luckily, you may have noticed these dots around the border of this card. You can ignore these dots on your own cards, but when looking at your opponent's cards across the table, the number of dots on the edge facing towards you indicate how many times that card is expended. This doesn't really affect gameplay, but it's just a helpful visual tool. As an example, if you saw this card across the table, the edge nearest you shows 3 dots, so you would know it's expended 3 times. Since we already looked at the expend symbols, let's just take a moment to learn the other symbols in the game too. For now, just know that these symbols represent health, strength, and spell level, and we'll cover what each of them actually do in a future video. Well, you're ready to start playing cards.